The visual system, so important for all of us. We rely so much on what we see. 80% of the information that our brain receives comes from our visual system. That doesn't always mean that your visual system gets it right. That's why you could be walking along and suddenly trip, as I do sometimes, and I say, I didn't see anything. Because our visual system doesn't interpret and see everything. Obviously, if you've watched any of the other videos, we rely on a couple of other systems, vestibular and proprioception, to help us complete the package. However, today is about the visual system. So I'm going to show you some exercises that can help exercise your visual system, because yes, your visual system, your eyes, have many muscles. They even have eye abs. So I'm going to show you how you can exercise them, and I'm going to show you how these exercises can improve movement. So let's get right down to it. So first, one of the things we do all the time, but we're not conscious of it, is something called convergence and divergence. So what I want you to do is bring your hand up, thumb up, bring it into the center of your visual field, so it's not off to one side or the other, and look at your thumb. Pick, your nail, a wrinkle on your thumb, a freckle on your thumb, whatever it is, and bring that thumb towards you and away from you, only as much as you can without getting blurred vision. So this is part of eye tracking, and it helps your eyes kind of come closer together and further apart. If you're walking, when you're moving, usually you're using this coming closer and further away from wherever you're going or whatever you're looking at. Good. So that's drill number one. Second drill, and I want to do this drill in connection with a movement. So let's just all put your hands across your chest, or however you want to do it, and I just want you to rotate to the right. Right? To the right, 3 times. Just assess how it feels. I feel a little tight in my back today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring that same thumb up. I'm gonna find that visual target on my thumb, and I'm gonna turn my head to the left, opposite direction. And I'm gonna do that 4 times, keeping my eyes on that visual target and moving my head. And I'm gonna bring my thumb down, and I'm gonna rotate again. Wow. That definitely improved that movement. That last exercise, where you stared at your visual target and turned your head in one direction while not losing sight of the visual target, is called a VOR, vestibular ocular reflex. That exercise helps integrate your vestibular and visual system. They live close together up here, and sometimes they don't communicate. It's kind of like sisters in a fight. So they just made up. Right? And it helps you to move better. In that situation, you may have found you rotated better. I did, okay? Now, if you didn't, no worries. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take 1 finger or 2, put it on your chin, right? You want your chin to be against your thumb and your thumb against your chin. This will be a little hard for me if you're watching me and saying whether I'm moving or not, just because I'm talking, so it's kind of hard. So I'm gonna try to minimize my talking, maybe be a little ventriloquist here. But what I want you to do with your fingers against your chin, this is to assess whether your head is moving, because we don't want the head to move this time for smooth pursuits. So the thumb comes back up. I'm gonna go up and down and follow my visual target on my thumb, and I'm not gonna move my head. And then we're gonna go across. Obviously you're crossing the body, so go where it feels comfortable. This is just about eye tracking and exercising the eyes. And then I'm gonna make a circle. And I'm only making that circle as much as my eyes can track my visual target. If I can't track, if I lose sight of it, I've gone too far. Other direction. And rest. Cross your heart again, rotate. See if that made it any smoother. Now for me, going to the right, it did not make it any smoother. I preferred the first one, the vestibular ocular reflex. Right? That made my movement smoother. and easier, kind of like not as stiff. Okay, so I'm not going to go ahead and do the other side, but you can and assess. Many times it'll be different from side to side. So that's just an example how 2 of these different visual exercises could help you improve your movement. So I got a couple more for you. So we've done divergence and convergence, boom, boom. We've done vestibular ocular reflex, looking at your visual target, turning your head. We've done smooth pursuits, kept our head still, let our eyes track our thumb. And then for the last one today, we're gonna do saccades, and this is eye jumps. So what I want you to do is bring your thumb up, find that visual target, and then I want you to let your eyes jump beyond the thumb and find a secondary visual target. And then back to the thumb. And then back to the second one, back to the thumb, back to the second one, right? Head's not moving. If you want to test that, fingers to your chin. Great. Rest. Now, obviously you want to try to integrate these things a little more smoothly because we don't all have time to sit at our desk, or you may not have a Pilates studio like I do to do these things. But when you wake up in the morning and you're brushing your teeth, I do this many times. I'll brush my teeth and I'll look in the mirror and find a visual target. A lot of times it's something behind me because there's a shower curtain behind me. Once I find that visual target, I'll keep my eyes on it and brush my teeth, and then I'll keep my eyes on it and brush my teeth without moving my head. Or you could use your toothbrush and move your toothbrush around and do the different exercises. So those are just a few ideas on how you can exercise your eyes to improve your visual system in some simple ways that you're already brushing your teeth, so why not add a little fun to it? A little fun and focus. So let me know what you think. There are many more exercises, which I'll be putting things on Instagram to show you in movement, some different exercises, or how you can use these visual exercises within other movements. But give it a test. Give it 3 or 4 days and see if you feel a little more balanced, if your eyes seem a little more active and clear, and you feel like your vision and visual system is working better.